CEO lays off half the workforce and is surprised when everyone else quits and the business fails. I mean, are you kidding me? Now, let me give you some quick historical context and we'll get into the story, because some of you think this is a big company. It's not a big company. This is a small business. And I think you're going to be surprised, but you shouldn't be, as to the type of business and what happened. But let me give you quick context. So this stuff has been studied just as like everything in the world has been studied, and I've done the research. And the research shows that when companies, let's talk large companies for a second. Let's talk Microsoft has done it recently. Salesforce has done it. Meta, which is Facebook's parent company. Big companies have laid people off over the last year in the thousands, okay? And so the research shows that long-term, those layoffs, which are designed to save money and then have a positive effect on the stock price. Make no mistake about it. When a public company lays off that many people, it's usually not a fire sale like they're trying to stay alive, and that's the case in all these companies that I just mentioned. They're fine. It's about their stock price. That's the game. And I'm not saying you shouldn't work for a public company. I'm saying if you ever go work for a public company, a lot of you youngsters out there, they got big eyes, and you go, I want to go work for a public company, and I get stock options, and I've got a cafeteria where they make me Fruit Loops from scratch, whatever. Let me tell you something. The minute that they need to put you on a spreadsheet as a unit of production that's going to save them money and thus jump their stock price up, or if they keep you, it hurts their stock price, guess what they're going to do to you? Bye-bye. And we told the stories on this show. People showing up to go to work at 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning, cannot get on the elevator. Their fob doesn't work. They find out later they've been fired. That's how they treat you. It's just a fact. Now, long term, what happens is people begin to lose trust. When you lay off 10,000 people, do you know what other people who didn't get laid off do? Okay, let me walk you through it. It's about this quick. They go, okay, I didn't get cut this time, but am I going to get cut in 6 weeks? They're not walking around grateful, thankful, and loyal to you. They're walking around going, is the shoe going to drop on me soon? And what do I need to do? And all of a sudden, everything you did was supposed to help with cost, ends up hurting productivity, loyalty, and everything else. So the data bears it out that massive layoffs aren't good policy. There are other things that I would do if I were a leader to cut cost. I would not cut people because it ends up hurting you. Now, let me give you an example. This is a landscape design company. This went popular on Reddit, and then it went to TikTok, as these things do. It's landscape construction, small business. According to the Post, the cheap owner continued to take on big projects but refused to hire enough workers to complete them. And then he relied on workers he had already had take on more and more duties. Then he laid off a gentleman who was less than 1 year from retirement and had been in the company 35 years. Laid him off. That's wrong, man. Dude's got less than a year left. He's been digging for 35 years. What's wrong with you? Have you no heart? You might have a heart. I promise you don't have a brain. So what happened? Everybody got mad. They were already overworked. And they watch what this guy does, lays off several people, half the company, but one of them was a dude who was less than a year from retiring. And so guess what happened? Everybody else left. Everybody else said, I'm out. Why? Was it a protest? I don't think so. I think they thought, if he'll treat this guy that way, he's going to treat me that way. And if he has zero loyalty to that guy, I know he has no loyalty to me, and I'm not waiting around to get done wrong. Hasta la vista, baby. I'm out of here. And the business failed. Got to take care of people. Productivity and profits will follow.